He was dragged into the desert heat, chains around his neck, a boulder placed on his chest so heavy it crushed the air from his lungs. His master stood over him, screaming, demanding just one word, one single word of denial. And every single time, through cracked lips, through unbearable pain, this man said the same thing. Ahad. One. He would not break. He could not break. Because what burned inside him was stronger than any chain, any boulder, any whip. This is the story of a man who started with nothing and became the voice of Islam itself. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Chronicles of Imaan, where we bring to life the most powerful stories in Islamic history. Stories of prophets, companions, and the timeless wisdom of the Quran, told in a way that educates your mind and moves your heart. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Now let's begin. This is the story of Bilal ibn Rabah. May Allah be pleased with him. A story of dignity, of suffering, of unshakable faith. A story that begins in the dust of slavery and ends with a voice echoing across the rooftops of Makkah itself. And by the time this video ends, you will never look at your own trials, your own pain, your own moments of doubt the same way again. It is the early 7th century. The city of Makkah pulses with power, wealth, and tribal pride. The Quraysh, the ruling tribe, control the trade routes, the markets, the sacred Kaaba itself. Status is everything. Bloodline is everything. And at the very bottom of this world are the enslaved. Bilal ibn Rabah is born into slavery. His mother, Hamama, is an enslaved Abyssinian woman. His father, Rabah, is also enslaved. Bilal grows up knowing no freedom, only the will of his master. His master is Umayyah ibn Khalaf, one of the most powerful and cruel men in all of Makkah. A man of enormous wealth, a man with no mercy. Bilal is strong, Bilal is intelligent, but in the eyes of Makkah, he is property. The world Bilal lives in has no place for a man like him to rise. Until a message begins to spread through the streets of Makkah. A message that says, there is no God but Allah. A message that says every soul is equal before its creator. A message that would change Bilal and the entire world forever. When the call of Islam reaches Bilal, something inside him recognizes the truth immediately. He does not hesitate. Among the very first people to accept Islam, in those earliest, most dangerous days when to believe was to risk everything, Bilal ibn Rabah says, La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. He is among the first 7 people to openly accept Islam. And Umayyah ibn Khalaf finds out. Imagine standing in his place. You have nothing, no tribe to protect you, no family with power, no wealth to bargain with. You are enslaved, and your enslaver is one of the most feared men in Makkah. And you have just declared faith in the one God. The punishment is immediate and savage. Umayyah has Bilal dragged into the open desert, in the burning midday heat when the sand scorches like fire. He is thrown onto the ground. A massive boulder is placed on his chest. The weight presses down, the sun burns above, and Umayyah stands over him, screaming, Deny Muhammad. Deny this God? Say the name of our idols, and I will free you. Allah says in the Quran, and those who believed and emigrated and strove in the cause of Allah, and those who gave shelter and aided, it is they who are the true believers. For them is forgiveness and noble provision. But the trial does not last one day. It does not last 1 week. It goes on, day after day, boulder after boulder, whip after whip. And every single day, Bilal's answer is the same, Ahad, one God. Word reaches the Prophet Muhammad Salam of what is being done to Bilal. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him, the closest companion of the Prophet Salam and a man of great wealth, goes to Umayyah ibn Khalaf. He offers to buy Bilal's freedom. Umayyah, arrogant and contemptuous, names a price designed to humiliate. Some narrations say he sold Bilal for 9 uqi of gold, others say 7, the transaction recorded across multiple sources. Abu Bakr pays it, without hesitation. Bilal ibn Rabah is free. When the Prophet ﷺ heard of Abu Bakr purchasing Bilal's freedom, he said words that echoed through history. He is our master, and we love him, referenced in Ibn Hisham and Ibn Kathir narrations on Bilal's liberation. Bilal walks out of his chains not broken, but forged, like iron purified in fire. He is not the same man who entered that desert of torment. He is something stronger now. Freedom from Umayyah does not mean safety. The early Muslims are few, they are persecuted, they are boycotted and starved. Some are killed. Bilal chooses to stay, to remain at the side of the Prophet ﷺ. Through every hardship, every migration, every battle, he migrates with the Muslims to Medina. He is there at the Battle of Badr, the first great battle of Islam, facing the same Umayyah ibn Khalaf who once held him in chains. How many of us would have walked away? How many of us, if given freedom, would have quietly disappeared into safety? Bilal does not disappear, he stands. The Prophet says, "I heard the sound of your sandals in paradise before me." Bukhari 1149, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Bilal's every step taken in faith was already written in Jannah. The year is 8 Hijri. The Muslims returned to Makkah, the city that tortured them, exiled them, tried to destroy them. The conquest of Makkah. The Prophet ﷺ enters the city with an army of 10,000. The idols of the Kaaba, 360 of them, are brought down. And then the Prophet ﷺ does something that shakes the entire city to its foundation. He asks Bilal ibn Rabah to climb to the top of the Kaaba. The man who was dragged through the dust of this very city, the man who was tortured on its burning sands, the man the Quraysh called worthless, property, nothing. That man now stands above the Kaaba itself, and he opens his mouth, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The first Adhan over the liberated Kaaba, rising over all of Makkah, is the voice of Bilal ibn Rabah. The nobles of Quraysh, some of the same men who once watched him writhing under a boulder, stood and wept, not all from faith, some from humiliation. But Allah had written this ending from the very beginning. Bilal teaches us that where you begin is not where Allah intends you to end. He began in chains, he ended standing above the house of Allah. In our world today, this means that your poverty, your setback, your humiliation is not your destiny. Allah sees what people cannot see. Allah says, "Verily, with hardship comes ease." Every boulder placed on Bilal's chest was a test of what was inside him, and what was inside him was stronger than any boulder. In our world today, this means that the difficulty you are going through right now may be the very thing that reveals the strength of your faith. If you hold on. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The greatest reward comes with the greatest trial." 4,431. The Quraysh used Bilal's origins to humiliate him. Allah used Bilal's faith to elevate him above them all. In our world today, this means that racism, classism, and the hierarchies people build mean nothing before Allah. The only measure is taqwa, God consciousness. Allah says, "Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you." The story of Bilal ibn Rabah is not just history. It is a mirror, showing us what true faith looks like. He was nobody in the eyes of the world, and he became everybody in the eyes of Allah. Every chain you carry today, whether it is poverty, illness, loneliness, grief, failure, those chains do not define you. They are testing you, because Allah never tests a soul beyond what it can bear. May Allah make us among those who say Ahad, even when it costs us everything. May Allah grant us the patience of Bilal, the gratitude of Bilal, and a voice that remembers Allah in every condition. Ameen. Before you go, I want to ask you something. If you were in Bilal's place, with no power, no tribe, no protection, do you think you would have held on to your faith? Be honest. Drop your answer in the comments below. If this story benefited you, share it. That is your sadaqah. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story on Chronicles of Imaan. Next time, we will be telling the story of the conversion of Umar ibn al-Khattab, Islam's greatest enemy, who became its greatest champion. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.